And welcome to the 5-Star Dynasty Podcast Live, episode 303, 2006 Draft Hype. I'm your host, Tomcat. This is my buddy Pip. How are you doing, bud? We are finally back.
We are back, baby. Hopefully for good this time. But
we are.
We're back.
A lot going on this last month, but yeah.
We got some movement, more movement from the last time. We got a little free agency to talk about still.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, the draft's really not that far away.
No, I got a draft in 3 days, believe it or not. Rookie draft.
Oh, yeah? What kind of league?
It's a 14-team Superflex, but they always draft before the draft. So it's going to be interesting.
It's like in between Debbie and Dynasty.
Kind of. It's risky business is what it is.
Yeah, but it's like, you know what I mean? You're not drafting them when they're in college still, but you're not drafting them when they're on the team yet. It literally is in between Debbie and Dynasty.
It's rough. It's rough.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I played in one league where Malik Willis was going like 101 in all those pre-rookie, and then he didn't even get taken until the third round, dude. So.
Oh yeah, you mean a couple years ago?
Yeah, when in the draft, yeah. People were taking him 101, 102.
Dude, he got hyped like he was gonna go so early.
He did. That was the biggest surprise to me. And hey, look at him now. Starter for the Dolphins.
I mean, works for him, right?
Him and Achane are just going to run the ball 24/7. There's going to be no throwing whatsoever in those games.
Maybe we're talking draft like wide receiver.
He might throw like 16 passes a game.
On the season?
A game, yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I know. I'm pretty excited to see a couple of moves, but a couple of these moves I really don't see any way they go well. Like Tua going to the Falcons, I just now I'm like, oh cool, Kyle Pitts finally emerges. Oh, Drake London is Drake London, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, you're gonna get Tua. So now you're gonna go between.
Yeah, well, I think because they went and got Tua just in case Penix gets hurt again, or he might not.
I heard it was going to be a competition.
I don't know about that. Let's hope not, because that's just rude. That's just rude.
If the coach is playing for his job, which he might be.
There's a new coach, isn't it?
Oh, that's right. Totally. He's secure. No, dude, this guy's playing for his job in his first year. And in my opinion. It was more of a joke, but
maybe Penix is playing for his job.
Yeah, no, well, he really is. That's why they have, I'm just saying, if they're doing training camp and Tua's lighting it up, and for some reason, or as whatever Tua can light it up, I genuinely want to know what would happen if Tua had been right-handed, because all those reports that he's right-handed and that his dad wanted him to be a lefty, so he was different. If he's like, I am ambidextrous and I can throw with both, but I'll tell you right now, I 100% throw better with my right than I do with my left, even though I can throw with my left. So like, it makes you wonder, like, all those times he does make noodle arm throws, it's like, is that because he's using his wrong arm?
I think he's just hitting the head too many times.
Well, that too. That doesn't help.
Definitely. I mean, I heard that they only wanted him because he was left-handed, and so is Penix, so they didn't have to waste money on a left tackle.
I heard that as well. It does not mean that Tua isn't going to get the job.
It all depends on Penix's health, and if Penix can make the throws, that's the problem.
Well, that's my only concern is if Penix is hurt and can't make it back in time, and then all of a sudden Tua becomes a starter because there's just, you know what I mean? Like, he has to be.
Yeah, but you really think he's gonna like light it up and take Penix's job? I don't think so.
Oh no, but if he's doing well enough where Penix has to at least compete for it, and maybe it shakes his confidence a little bit that he's like, oh shit, I might lose my job.
I mean, yeah.
I'm playing devil's advocate more than anything. I don't think
that definitely could happen.
I really truthfully don't think either's that good. I mean, they're way better than me or like normal people. But I'm saying, like, as far as like other NFL quarterbacks, I think they're definitely in the bottom tier.
Absolutely. But like, they got so much talent over there. I don't see how anybody, whoever plays quarterback, it can't be that bad. Bijan, do they franchise Pitts? They got London. They brought in some other people too that were halfway decent to like fill in.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they have good enough players that either quarterback, even though I'm not a fan of them, can just make plays to make them look. I mean, look how good Tua looked with Waddle and Hill that one year when he was just super accurate.
Yeah. When he was getting rid of the ball quick. He can't do that anymore, apparently. Or if he does, he throws it to the other team an awful lot.
How do you feel about being a commissioner and having to potentially deal with people picking Brian Robinson when they meant to pick Bijan Robinson because they're dumb, even though his ADP is going to be way higher?
Well, yeah,
be very obvious.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about a first-round guy for like a 15th, 16th round guy.
I know that.
I'm worried about the trades. The trades.
You know, at least one of your leagues is going to happen.
The trades is the
trade. Yeah, you're right.
When you send
you're right. That's
with
where we
B. Robinson on the Falcons, dude's like, oh shit, I'm gonna get this guy. No, you're not. You got Brian.
Yeah, dude. And I'm actually gonna urge other people to do the same about what I'm about to say. But I think that I'm gonna go to every single league and say, when you are trading for Bijan Robinson or Brian Robinson, please verify which one it is. I am not going back. I am not going to hear this person rip me off. I'm not going to hear, oh, I didn't realize. It is your job to read his goddamn name. And one of them has a junior, I think, next to their name.
Yeah. Brian Robinson. Yeah.
Yeah, Brian Robinson's a junior, and Bijan's just Bijan.
But he should have a good year this year for sure, Bijan.
I think so too. I think he's just going to literally have very close to what he had last year, where there's going to be times that it pisses you off that instead of Tyler Algier as Brian Robinson, there's going to be times where you're like, come on, why'd they give the ball to him? But I don't think it's going to be like how bad it is for like Gibbs when he had Monty, where legitimately it'd be like, oh, wow, Gibbs would have 40 points right now, but Monty's got 20 himself.
Oh, Monty the Texans, such a good signing too.
I'm so happy about that as a Monty owner who was like wondering how long he's going to last, and he just keeps going and going and going, dude.
Yeah. I like it. I like it for Gibbs too. Gibbs should get more run. That'd be perfect. Because they didn't bring in anybody of value really to sit behind him. It wasn't anybody that great. Not like David Montgomery, where you should be on the field at some point.
Yeah. I'm really happy about that. Other than that, I'm wondering if Stroud's going to ever make it back to where he was, because he was so highly rated after his first year, and then now,
Well, he kind of turned it on towards the end of the season.
A little bit, but not like before. Before it was like we thought he was something special, and people were picking him in the second and third round because in Dynasty.
Well, I mean, Tank Dell was out last year. That's a problem.
He still probably is out.
Hurt his heart. He needed him there.
It's true. And what hurt his heart even more is that they drafted 2 wide receivers from the same school that had good chemistry that played different positions. Like each one, like one's more of a slot and one's more of an outside, and they work well together. And it's like that is kind of, in my opinion, replacing Tank Dell. They're like, listen, he's dip, good.
They had a dip last season. There wasn't. He didn't get better with those guys on the field. He got worse. So
yeah, but it was their rookie year.
All right,
You can't blame
exactly.
them as much as but no. Jalen Noel had really good games though.
He had average games, and it was Higgins. Jaden Higgins.
Jaden Higgins. I mean, sorry. Jaden Higgins. It's because one's Jalen Knowles and one's Jaden Higgins.
But yeah, I don't know. I still think Tank Dell's going to be involved.
No. I don't think he's not going to be involved. I just don't think it's going to be like it was before, where it was like, oh, this guy is like a good flex, maybe wide receiver 2 area. Now I think it's like, oh, one game he's going to give you 12, one game he's going to give you 0, the next game he's going to give you 27, the next game he's going to give you 3.
Yeah, I just want him as a flex. I'm not asking for like wide receiver 1, 2 stuff. I'm talking like,
but
I'm talking like football wise. It's going to be better for CJ Stroud. Not even in
I
a
get that. But
fantasy
he
realm.
was wide receiver, like high wide receiver 2 when he was doing well.
Yeah, but there was no Higgins and Noel.
I know.
Whatever.
No. That was my original point. Is that I don't see a future for him being super productive like he was because those other two were. It's not that I think those other two were so incredibly good that he's going to keep him off the field. It's that now I don't want any of the 3.
They re-signed Schultz. They blew up the offensive line a little bit though. So
There's a good example.
I don't know what they're going to do.
Good point. We play tight end premium. I'd rather have Schultz than any 3 of those wide receivers. Not named, not Nico.
Nico, yeah. I agree.
I would rather have Schultz in a flex at tight end premium than Higgins, Noel, or Dell.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, Higgins, I don't know. He's kind of good.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie.
You're right. Like him.
You're right.
But
I used him as a flex.
I might be taking a couple shots on him this year if, there is a startup.
I plugged him in as a flex, and he brought me to a championship. I did end up losing in the championship because I was like one of those teams that was like, I had Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr., and Brian Thomas Jr. failed and Malik got hurt. So like the fact that I even somehow pieced together a championship run was crazy. I lost in the bowl, but respectable. I'll take the second place. But Jaden Higgins was one of my pieces that got me there.
I'm just going to try to like spam offers and have them thrown in on offers in a bunch of leagues. I got this.
Wait for the draft because people are going to, I bet you could give like a second round pick for him.
Yeah, no, but I want to be like, make him part of a bigger deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so they don't realize that you're going for him. So they're just like, oh, yeah, like that's a throw-in guy, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like part of a bigger deal, just get him tossed in and the back end.
We're almost there. Maybe just throw in like, Higgins or something.
Right, exactly.
T. Higgins? No. And you're like, no, not T.
Jaden.
Oh, okay. You know a way you could spin it? You could say, you could literally say, you interested in trading Higgins? I mean, unless you're if you're a CJ Stroud truther, then I totally get it. And then they're going to immediately get all defensive and be like, "Oh no, I'm not a big fan of Stroud right now."
I'm not.
I know, but I'm saying they'll say that and then maybe trade you them for cheaper than they should.
I hope so. I mean, that's what we're all hoping for, right? Get a nice, good deal.
I'm just coming up with a segment on the fly. Who are 3 tight ends that you want in Dynasty if you can get them for the right price? They don't have to be the Kittles.
Not top tier, just whoever. Yeah. Okay.
Who is somebody that because we play tight end premium?
Mm-hmm.
Who is somebody that you want to be sneaky with because you think this year they're going to have a good year and they're going to be cheap enough where you can maybe get them for way cheaper than you should or a decent price?
I'm going to go Gadsden for one. I think I can get him for a decent price because they've been talking about offseason about, even in mocks, like them drafting Sadiq and stuff. Like, what are you talking about? Like, that doesn't make any sense. You got a value in this kid. Why would you want to go to draft one in the first round?
Great games, and then he got hurt.
Yeah, I mean, no, like he's the guy I want, especially because no Keenan Allen.
I agree with that. I agree with Gadsden.
I heard I heard Quentin Johnston might be on the move, or he was traded. I heard something about it today.
So mine, I'm gonna have to first of all, I have to little mini story, not story, but a scenario of what happened in real life, in my opinion. I may have said this in an episode or two ago, and if I did, my apologies. But guys, John Harbaugh was on the Ravens and convinced them that they need to sign Mark Andrews and that he is crucial to the future of the Ravens. They signed him to an extension, which in turn meant they were going to let Isaiah Likely go. Harbaugh then goes to a different team and signs Likely. So, in my opinion, that was chess. Securing a guy you like.
He didn't know he was going to get fired, you know?
I think he knew there was a chance, and I think that he played both sides perfectly. If he stays, he signed a player that he likes, he drafted, he respects, he likes as a real person, and he gets that guy more money. If he leaves, he signs Likely. And he's still got to get his friend secured to one more big deal.
All right. My second tight end.
So Isaiah Likely. No, obviously, I'm just going to say, I think Isaiah Likely with Jackson Dart might be really, really good.
Okay. I like it. I totally agree 100%.
Uh-huh. And he's going to be so cheap because he's already let people down so much.
Poor Theo, you know, that was my guy. I loved him in rookie drafts.
Who?
Theo Johnson.
Oh, Theo. Yeah, no, I feel bad for that, but Isaiah Likely is just more electric.
Yes, absolutely. My second one's going to be maybe a surprise for people because he's not a starter.
Hold on. Can I say something? If you say the guy I was going to say next, I'm going to be so mad, but keep on. Who are you going to say now?
Jake Tongas from San Francisco. Kittle's probably not going to play for most of the year, and that's he showed up last year when Kittle was out, so I feel like
he showed up when he was on the field.
So I feel like it's a good deal.
Dude, he showed up when he was on the field.
It's going to blow up.
Yeah, but there was times he made plays and got touchdowns when Kittle was on the field, I'm pretty sure.
He's going to blow up this year.
I like that. My next one. All right. My next one is pretty. Oh, sorry. I had to turn that off. I didn't realize my notifications were on. Hold on, let me pull up my notes really quick because I want to make sure that I say the one that I think that you might steal and leave the other one. Just in case, you know. Okay. So I think a sneaky value this year. Zach, I'm just kidding. No. In all seriousness, though. I don't even know if I want to say this name because it's like nasty. It's not. This is like you missed all your guys, or like this guy might be on waivers, or you might be able to trade like a 5th round or 4th round pick for me so bad. All right. So Greg Dulcich got signed to the Dolphins, and Malik Willis likes tight ends, and he has nobody to throw it to. So it might be like Charles Clay that one year where he's just so necessary, but he's like gonna be gone next year, and it's like a 1-year rental. It's not somebody you're gonna want to like, but I'm just looking for somebody who might even be on waivers, or you can trade a 4th or 5th round, maybe a late 3rd round pick for if you're desperate at tight end. We're also talking tight end premium.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna toss up between two guys.
I probably picked one of them, so
I don't know, because they're one's like used to be good, was very good, and then just became freaking average as hell. And I think he's gonna come back and blow up. And there's another one I want to mention, but I don't. I'm just gonna mention the other guy I thought of. No, well, it's between Hawkinson for me and what the hell? I had his freaking name and it's gone. Oh, Juwan Johnson. I think he's still a free agent. I'm not positive, but wherever
Well,
he
you know how I
signs,
feel about Juwan Johnson.
like if he signs in Miami or something, like some people are still looking. We still gotta wait for the draft. There's still some to be more free agents signed after the draft to fill in the positions that they didn't
He's still
fill.
on the Saints. I just checked.
He's still on the Saints.
Yeah, they signed where is it? They just said they signed another tight end, but I don't think it was anybody that was Noah Fant. So it's like not somebody who's gonna like come in and steal the job or anything.
Yeah,
But
so
I like that. You already know I'm a big Juwan guy. I
and it
love
was
any wide receiver that's just a big ass wide receiver that they convert to tight end. I love. Um, I love both those guys actually. Um, honorable mention. I'm gonna say Bretton Strange. Have a bounce back, not bounce back, but like he, was a little off and on a couple times.
I got another
Uh,
honorable mention.
what's that?
I got another honorable mention.
Who's that?
Sam Laporta.
Sam Laporta. Yep, I
Like
like
he's
that.
due. He's due for a bounce back.
Due for a bounce back. Is this the year Dalton Kincaid can do it? Probably not.
I don't
But
think so. I wish.
bounce back for Jake Ferguson, especially if they can't sign Pickens. Or did they franchise tag him? I think they franchise tagged him.
They did.
Yeah, never mind. Obviously I love Fannin. But the one I really have to go back to your Hawkinson one. Not because I picked him, but because we didn't talk about it enough. Kyler is the Vikings quarterback in my mind, and he loves tight ends. This is a great opportunity for this is like a real opportunity for Larry to be like a combination of what Trey McBride did and when Kyler had D Hop, because he's got Jefferson.
I like that. I like that comparison.
People want to trash Kyler and act like he didn't have good seasons. So,
and I feel like a lot of players could get moved in this year's draft too in trades.
I think so too. We also don't know who they're going to draft.
I heard Minnesota was looking to get rid of Addison.
That's because of what you just said. I was actually going to bring that up and say, because they might want to get rid of Addison, that they're probably going to draft another wide receiver, in my opinion. I think I could see them going for one of the guys like was it Casey Concepcion?
Yeah, I seen them. They re-signed Aaron Jones. They still have Jordan Mason.
I think they're gonna.
They could be if Jeremiah Love falls. They could be in that position.
I hope not, because they don't need him, and I want him to go to a team that's going to actually utilize him. They're going to use up the tread on Aaron Jones's tires till they're gone. They're going to go 1 year till he can't do it anymore. In my opinion,
he hasn't proved he didn't do it last year. So I mean,
well, he got hurt.
I know, like he always does. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, the year before that, he had a really good year.
He's not reliable. That's all.
I get it. All right. So that's tight ends. Let's do wide receivers. Or no, not wide receivers. Let's do quarterbacks.
Quarterbacks. Okay.
All right. So we're going like it could be any version of this. It could be a bounce back. It could be a discount. It could be you just think that they're going to have a good year. They could be like a middle of the range guy that you just feel for some reason they had some move this offseason or, anything. You can go first.
Okay.
Or I can if you want to think, because I already have one.
I need to think.
Okay, so the person that I think is going to have a nice bounce back year is Jaden Daniels. I do think he's going to bounce back. I think he had a really, really good year, and it kind of had his confidence up coming into the next year. Then he dealt with injuries, and then he thought he could just play through those injuries, and he realized that he's at another level in the pros where you just cannot play through these things. And then they shut it, he was shut down and all that. So not shut down, but you know what I mean? Like he obviously got hurt.
Yeah. I'm gonna start with like a lower end guy that I think could be better.
I just picked him just in case you were going to steal him because he was just such an obvious choice, in my opinion.
I mean, this is probably not going to be popular either, but he showed that he could be halfway decent, and I'm going to go with Bryce Young. Going to step forward again.
I like that. No, I love that. I love it. I think Renfro actually helped a little bit.
Well, maybe for sure. Like, you know,
he had a short safety blanket.
Vet wise, yeah. Well, Coker was when Coker came in, though. Forget it. It was Coker and Tet, and there's one other. There's another guy over there too. Can't think of who the hell it is. And the tight ends over there, Mitchell Evans was catching passes. It was wild over there. Everybody was catching passes.
Yep.
So I think he's going to step up.
I agree with that 100%. He was going to be one of my three. So I'm gonna trying not to go with the obvious one we just talked about, but he's probably going to be one of our answers by the end of this. But I think I don't want to say him. Yeah. I do think that obviously Deshaun Watson. I'm just kidding. I do think that I expect a really, really good year out of Brock Purdy. And it's going to be cheap BS. It's going to be really good play designs where like Mike Evans is open for a 3-yard touchdown, like 4 times. You know what I mean? Like 8 times in 5 games and like that kind of stuff where it's just like cheap. Like, you know, that one year when he was really good in fantasy, but he was getting like 4 touchdowns a game, 3 touchdowns a game, rushing a touchdown in, et cetera. And I just feel like that we're going to get that because of the way that they're piecing the team together. And they still have McCaffrey, who's also a cheat code because he can just dump it off to McCaffrey and he can run 25 yards for a touchdown.
I like that. I like that comparison.
I was trying my hardest not to pick a certain guy.
This one is going to be my return to greatness pick. I'm going with Lamar Jackson. He had a horrible year. He can't have this bad a year again. Like this, it's got to be like MVP type season coming back for him.
Yeah, he's only had one worse season, and it was his rookie year, which you can't even 100% count because I don't think he started all the games, but like he was a rookie and he didn't really have much around him. He had a good team with him last year, and he did not look very good. He also was sick I know I bring this up all the time, dude. He's the only quarterback I know that like at least once or twice a year he misses a game from being sick.
But yes, 100%
illness.
Yeah.
And it's like when that happens, like there's a couple guys I remember a long time ago it happening to, and we'd be like, oh yeah, I remember when that guy missed the game because that's whatever. He consistently does every year to the point where it's like, oh, I count on him to miss at least one game from being sick. Oh no, his tummy might hurt. He did crap his pants that one time.
He's got the shits.
Yeah. So yeah, I love that pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's 2 seasons where he only played 12 games, and he was 15th and 14th in those seasons, but he was 20th last season. So he played one more game than 2 of his other seasons and did worse in them.
He can't be that bad. And new coach, everybody's going to be all happy. It's going to be good.
Yep.
And then, 2 years down the line, it's going to go back to shit again. But you'll at least get one good year out of him this year, I think.
Yeah. I got a couple honorable mentions before I hit my regular, and you'll probably, if you have any too. Obviously, Kyler. I was trying to not say him for the obviously. We talked about him for 3-4 minutes, so I don't want to then immediately use him as one of my 3.
Yeah.
But I do think between having Hawkinson, having Jefferson, and then whatever else they do, Aaron Jones, when he is there, is a catching back. So, yeah, I like that. Jackson Dart, when he gets Malik back, he was already good. But then if he's going to have Malik too.
Yeah. And likely.
Yep. Jordan
And
Love, hopefully
whoever the frick they draft, dude. They got a high pick too. So
I heard a couple different names. So I heard
wide receiver. I heard
Jordan
Sonny
Tyson
Styles.
guy.
I've heard so many
Jordan
names.
Tyson is the name I'm hearing.
Whoa. So then you're gonna have Tyson and
Neighbors and Likely. I know Likely isn't a big name, but he's just like fast for a tight end.
Yeah.
Explosive.
And you signed Mooney too, I think. So you got like that slot guy. Too.
And Calvin Austin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who's like a sneaky, like, better for the team than for actual fantasy.
Yeah, I think he's a return guy too. So that's a plus.
Yeah, it is. But my pick is gonna be, and it's gonna sound weird because he actually is missing a wide receiver. So it doesn't seem like he should do better, but I think he was dealing with injuries last year. And it's Baker Mayfield. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know if they're going to draft somebody, sign somebody, or what they're going to do. But I just feel like he has to do better than he did last year.
Well, they keep losing offensive coordinators too. And I think they got I think Zach Robinson, who got fired from Atlanta in the whole house cleaning. So, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, and it sounds weird because he lost Evans, but like he's still gonna have Godwin, I believe. He's still gonna have what's his name? Ibuka. He's still gonna have
they re-signed Cade Otton.
They got Bucky. And he still has what's the other guy's name? McMillan. Yep.
So, and where'd Rachaad White go? He went somewhere too. Did he go to Washington? No. Did he?
I'm gonna look for him right now.
Where the hell did he go? He went somewhere, not in a good spot, but
Washington. You were right.
It was Washington. So now you got Crosskey Merritt, you got Rachaad White, you got Jerome Ford. That's the three in the backfield over there now.
Yeah.
All have started once or twice. So
yeah, they're all respectable budget backs.
Now, who's going to be the Jags back too? Well, anyway, let me get my last quarterback in.
The Jags, it's going to be a combination of whoever they draft and
Rodriguez.
Could be Rodriguez. What's the other dude's name they just drafted?
Tootin.
Yes, Bashaw Tootin.
Yeah, and he was like the fastest, wasn't he? Or was it some other guy with a similar name?
He was. Oh, by the way, can I just say
Trevor Lawrence is my last quarterback.
Hell yeah. Okay. So I think I already know one of your picks then. I won't pick that guy when we get to that position.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We'll do running backs next.
I love it.
All right. My first guy that I'm really, really high on this year. I think he's going to have a very, very good year. I'm going to steal it before you steal it because we both like the guy a lot, and it's going to be David Montgomery on the Texans. Mm-hmm. I am very, very happy with that signing. He's back to being a lead back. I'm somebody who owns a lot of David Montgomery. A lot of our startups happened when David Montgomery was like a 4th, 5th, 6th round pick. So I have so much of him where he was my RB2, and I've just held on to him as a starter all these years, even when he was with Gibbs. And just like now that he's on the Texans, I'm like, hell yeah, dude. Give him the rock.
All right.
I love David Montgomery, dude. Oh, he also liked one of my just really quick. There's the video of him with his sister, and all I did is put a heart and like say that I loved it, and family this and that, and then next thing you know, like a day later, it said like the real like verified David Montgomery put a heart on it.
Nice.
Hell yeah, dude! I'm already a fan. I'm even more one. But yeah, sorry. Keep going.
Oh, I mean, I'm gonna kind of cheat here.
Don't do it.
Kenny Walker, man. Chiefs. They finally got their running back that can run the ball. See what happens. He could be.
He can catch too.
Yeah, but I don't think he's gonna be RB1 or nothing. I'm not gonna overhype him, but I think he's gonna have.
No, I think he's gonna be an RB1.
No, he's gonna be a RB1, not the RB1.
Oh yes. I agree.
I agree. He's gonna be 1 through 12, but I don't think he's gonna be 1.
I think he's gonna be 10 to 12, but still respectable.
Yeah, because they're still gonna pass the ball a crazy amount because it's Pat Mahomes.
And I still think there's a chance Tyreek goes there.
That's not a bad idea either. But
he's already made millions. I feel like they're gonna sign him for not the minimum, but like not something crazy, something respectable enough where they meet in the middle, just to get him back with Pat to try to get another Super Bowl.
They got Rice, they got Worthy, they got Kelsey.
Oh, that's another thing. Kelsey signed a major extension since we recorded. That's the actual only big signing I can think of since we recorded. Was it like a 3-year deal?
Yes, it was a 3-year deal. Yeah,
it was a 3-year deal. That was very surprising. Obviously, he could retire any of those years, but that just means that like there's always the potential. He said he wants to play till the wheels fall off, and he loves playing football. He's married, or he's going to be marrying, a billionaire pop star. Like, what does he got left to do in life other than play football and then be like a commentator and a podcaster for the rest of his life?
Yeah, that's what everybody's doing.
He's going to play as long as he can. He wants to get as many tight ends, as many rings as he can, so he can be the greatest tight end of all time.
I like it.
He's going to have more of a. It makes me think of like Jerry Rice compared to like how Jerry Rice, he had big years, but it was mostly just he had like longevity, or even like Frank Gore having like longevity where you're playing for so long. But then you got other players who played for way less, but their stats are either close or more. I feel like that with him.
But, back to where we're at, Ken Walker.
Yes.
He's, if that line can run block like they're supposed to, he could have a huge impact for that offense.
Yeah.
Because he's a problem, and he gets in the open field, he's gone.
Man.
He's one of those guys that just see you.
I really did. Remember when people were drafting Isaiah Pacheco in like the 2nd and 3rd round?
Yeah, I thought it was a mistake.
I thought it was a mistake too. I think we both were very open that we weren't.
Like, I don't trust the 7th round pick.
No,
I don't.
There's very few that I trust, and they have to be special. They have to be special. So, for example, Austin Eckler was undrafted, but he was such a weird example where he caught the ball, he was electric, and like he had a couple years where he was a workhorse, but for the most part, he was just like he didn't even need a lot of touches. He was just so electric. So that was just a weird example, kind of like Camaro was in his prime. So electric, catching the ball so much that it's like, oh, but this is awesome. And I just feel like we both agree that Pacheco was never that. He was just like, oh, he had a bunch of games where they gave him the ball 26 times, and he ran 3 yards per carry, but he got 2 touchdowns. And then he looks like he's really good, but really he's not. But
yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah,
he's not the guy I would have went with, but he's a good pick.
Nope. But all right, so you got Ken Walker. I'm gonna go with. Well, I'm not gonna obviously pick him, but I am gonna pat myself on the back for talking up Jonathan Taylor last year and saying how he was being picked way too late.
He was.
But other than that, I'm going to have to go with I don't want to be corny and pick one of the rookies and be like, wherever they go, because you just don't know. I loved Ashton Genty, but as soon as he went to the Raiders, I tempered my expectations and didn't expect him to be. The only league I took him at the end of the first round was a keeper league. It's a ballers keeper league where the rounds don't matter. When you keep somebody, they either go in the lottery or they're a keeper player, and there is no rounds for it. It just goes into a randomizer thing. Only time I picked him, because other than that, I did not know what was going to happen. I am very high this year. Very high on Quinshon Judkins. Now, this is a asterisk of if he can come back from his injury. But
he blew out his
there is
ankle.
nobody on that team right now.
No, but they're rumored to be looking at wide receiver in the draft desperately. They got Jerry Jeudy, dude. What do you mean? They got somebody.
That's what I'm saying. But if they draft a wide receiver and then he comes back up running back, I'm just saying he's my. Yeah.
I mean, Samson didn't do too bad in relief when he was playing.
No, but he's more of a receiving back, relief back.
True,
in my opinion.
true. But
whereas Judkins is like an actual. You got to remember.
Yeah,
Judkins I'm a little biased too, because not only was I Judkins guy coming into the draft, but also I saw Judkins in real life. Like I you know what I mean? My buddy's a Jets fan. Shout out Phil. My buddy's a Jets fan. He invited me to he bought tickets and was like, hey, you want to come to this game? And I went to the game with him. And I saw Judkins in person and I saw how he ran. And I really liked it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Where you go to a game and you see him and you're like, dude, the TV doesn't do justice. Like I saw that guy in person. Like I really, I felt that way about Dobbs, because when I went to the Bills Packers game, he caught a really sick touchdown.
Yeah.
And I remember it was on my side and I was like, oh, wow. And ever since then, I was a little biased on him. And sometimes it bit me. But yeah. So who's your next?
I'm going to go thinking outside the box here. And I'm going to say Rico Dowdle.
I like that.
Because I honestly don't know if Jaylen Warren stays on the team by the end of camp either.
Mm-hmm.
Just because they just might want to just make some moves. He might not look that good in game. It's just a gut feeling I have,
No, I get it.
And Rico's a very good running back. We've seen it in spurts where he's going for 250, 230, three tutties,
yes, I agree.
And that Steelers team, that's kind of the kind of runner they like. So if he can continue to do what he did in Carolina, in Pittsburgh, I feel like it's a money move for Pittsburgh Steelers.
I agree with that. Who's their new coach?
Mike McCarthy.
Oh, that's right. So it looks like Aaron Rodgers is not going back to Pittsburgh.
We don't know what's going on in Pittsburgh, to be honest with you.
Can you imagine if there was a McCarthy, Aaron Rodgers reunion in Pittsburgh? It'd be so weird.
By the end, they hated each other so much.
I know. My next pick, breakout season, in my opinion, Amari and Hampton.
I knew you were coming with him. I knew you were.
I'm huge on him ever since the draft, dude.
All right. No, that's a great one. That's a great one.
I mean, there's nothing really to say. He's 6 foot, 220. He's only 23 years old. He's obviously had an injury prone first season, but it doesn't matter. I still think
they brought in Keaton Mitchell too. I mean, I don't know
which is nothing.
No, he's gonna blow his knee out or something in the preseason. I had my last guy and it just escaped me quickly. It'll come back quick. Chuba Hubbard / Jonathan Brooks.
Man, Jonathan Brooks was everybody. He just such a wasted pick.
So you don't feel bad that he blew his knee out, like after getting his knee blown out?
Absolutely, I feel bad. I
Yeah.
picked him in a lot of
I'm
leagues.
saying he's coming back with a vengeance. That's why they let Rico go.
Oh, you think? Why'd you pick Chuba then? If you think he's gonna come back?
That's why I said slash. I said there was a slash. Just the Panthers
Oh,
running backs in general. With the Rico exit, it becomes more clear that it's Chuba until Jonathan Brooks is healthy, and then he's going to steal that job.
Fair.
Just a
Honorable
personal opinion.
mentions. I don't think. Let me double check something.
Well, look what you did. You woke him up, son of a.
I know. So it looks like Connor is basically healthy and has been showing up to some voluntary workouts and whatnot. So I was gonna originally say that there's a chance that Tyler Algier would be sneaky at the beginning of the year for wicked cheap and like a redraft, or when Dynasty if you have him. But if Connor is healthy, then Connor's the guy. All right, we'll do wide receiver then.
Yes, my favorite
Puka,
position.
Jamar Chase, and JSN are my picks. No, I'm just kidding. No,
I was gonna say Puka. You stole my thunder. He's in rehab right now.
No, we can't even pick him. He's number 1 right now.
He's in rehab.
It doesn't matter. What's he in rehab?
What murder? What murder?
What's he in rehab for?
Drugs? Because he bit some girl and said he hates all Jews.
He bit a girl. That's not okay.
So they threw him in rehab. Yeah.
Can't be biting a girl.
And then he said, "I hate all Jews."
Okay, but you can't be biting a girl.
Immediately after that.
Yeah, but you can't bite a girl.
But it's still racist.
It's not racist.
Anti-Semitism.
It depends. Are you talking? No, I don't want to talk about this right now. If you're talking about Semitic Jews, yes, that's a very bad thing. You shouldn't do that.
But yeah, he assaulted a woman, and he's been doing a lot of partying all off season.
But if you're talking about like Khazarians, that's different. But anyways, so yeah, dude. Go. You really gonna pick Puka? All right.
No, I was gonna pick Puka.
I didn't really pick him. I was being a smart ass, just listing the top 3 on the list.
I was just glad you mentioned him, and I wanted to mention that he was in rehab.
That's fair.
It was kind of newsworthy that we kind of skipped over.
You're right.
To mention it.
You're right. Somebody I expect to take a step forward who already had a good year. My boy. You already know who I'm about to say. You pick this quarterback. I agree. It's going to be great. Say his name. His name is Tataroa McMillan, and he is better than Travis Hunter. I told you all he was better than Travis Hunter. I said it for months, and months. I said it before the draft. I said it after the draft. I said it after the season. I said Tet was better than Travis. I'm right. That's it.
And I always get.
Oh, that's so funny. Tet, yes,
I'm right, dude.
No, you are.
I was very strong on it. They were saying Tet was the number 2 wide receiver, and I was saying that was a big mistake.
Yeah, I mean, we still have yet to see what they're going to do.
They already said what they're going to do. They said he's majorly going to play defense and he'll play some offensive snaps.
I don't believe coaches. I'm sorry.
I believe that's going to happen because I don't think he's that good of a wide receiver.
You'd like
I think
to
he makes
believe
big plays. I don't think he's a consistent wide receiver.
Yeah, he's going to be like a third down wide receiver.
He's also already getting taken advantage of by his wife, so he's going to like fall apart emotionally too.
Oh yeah, no, I thought they're already that's already done.
Yeah. Well, all right. I picked Tet.
You picked Ted. I like that. I'm gonna go with Garrett Wilson.
I saw him get injured. I just talked about that today with somebody. I was at that game. The Browns game is when he got injured.
Garrett Wilson.
I like that. Who's his quarterback?
Geno frickin' Smith.
Yep.
Geno.
You think Geno can do enough to? You think
Geno's coming back
to make him relevant?
I think they have no choice in the matter. Who else is he throwing it to? Mason Taylor.
Yeah.
Breece Hall got franchise tag. They're going to be running the ball a lot.
Screen passes to Breece Hall. Whoever they draft.
I mean, maybe.
All right, I agree with that. My next one. I have two more that I really want. I'm trying to pick the one that I think you might pick before you get a chance. I think you're gonna pick that guy. I don't really care about that guy as much. The person I expect a lot from this year, and people are gonna be like, "Oh, he's 28." Blah blah. Yeah, 28's not that old. He is somebody who's been consistently good, but only great like 1 or 2 seasons. And you know what? When you see him do well, you just want more. I'm going with DJ Moore.
Ooh.
The Buffalo Bills being the wide receiver 1. When Josh Allen had somebody to spam it to, he did very well. The wide receiver did very well, but it was a very disrespectful drama queen named Stephon Diggs. Now you got a polite, awesome DJ Moore. I just feel like they're gonna gel.
What? I mean, I agree with everything you said except for the polite DJ Moore, who just shot his way out of Chicago.
That was sarcasm, dude. That was sarcasm.
I know, but it was the best sarcasm. I had to call it out for everybody just so they knew you weren't serious. Oh, that was good. But you stole one of my guys, so that's fine. I like the Josh Allen, DJ Moore connection. That could be very good. So you have Tet and
DJ Moore.
Him. I'm gonna go with. Chris Olave. He's gonna have an awesome year, better year than he had last year.
Just looking at him, yeah, I like him. He was one of those guys I picked up in the 7th and 8th round because he'd burned me so many times, but then he was so cheap in redraft that I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a chance on him. And then he was like my flex that was like really giving me consistent numbers. The league that I won $700, I had him. He definitely helped.
I mean, he's proven to be like he could be a number 1 guy. You could feed him a lot.
Yeah, I think Derek Carr that one year was just throwing him dangerous balls and getting him collided with, and people were like blaming him as if he's injury prone or he was concussion prone. It's like, no, I think Derek Carr was literally just killing him. I think he was just like throwing him into traffic over and over and over again, because kind of like what Jimmy G did to Adams that one year when Adams was getting all upset and being like, I've never been pressed like this in my life or something like that. Like just being like, yo, dude, like, I forgot, I'm paraphrasing. I forgot what he actually said, but he said something like, dude, like, this is crazy. Like, he's throwing me into people or into traffic constantly. I'm just getting smashed. I love that pick. I love the Olave pick. He was definitely if you didn't say him, he was either going to be a pick or an honorable mention. Who do you have so far? You have Olave, Garrett Wilson.
Yeah. Ohio State.
That's fair. Well, my next pick. kind of in between a couple people, but I think I'll just pick one and then wait for you to pick yours. And if you don't mention it, then I'll say the honorable mention at the end. But I'd be remiss if I didn't mention. I think you're going to pick one of these guys, and I'm just going to let you have him. But I'm going to say Malik Neighbors. I'm expecting him. They said it's going to be closer to the season, but I am expecting him with the way sports medicine is now for him to be ready for the season. And I think him and Jackson Dart is going to be really, really electric. And I think there's a really good chance they're going to draft a really good wide receiver anyways, on top of likely. So he's going to be open even more because if not, then, have to throw it to the other guys like Jordan Tyson or something.
Ooh. I'm going to say Rashee Rice.
That's him.
When you're done, can you make me some popcorn?
Yeah.
That was him.
Rashee Rice for sure.
Rashee Rice was the other guy. I was going to say, because the league is incompetent and they're not disciplining him. I'm just kidding. Didn't he already? Oh, no, it was something else, wasn't it?
He already, he did something else. And that case got dismissed, so they're not suspending him for that. He already served the suspension for the
I forgot it was something else. No, it is what it is.
So yeah,
he's not getting.
What happened with him last year was pretty much suspension and injury.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, no, I agree with
I'm going Rice.
I agree with that. My honorable mentions. If AJ Brown goes to the Patriots, he immediately obviously becomes a hyper targeted number one. Mike Evans is one of those guys you might be able to get for cheaper than you'd expect because
absolutely
the end of his career, and there's going to be teams that have no chance of winning that still have Mike Evans on them because we're talking Dynasty.
I'll take a late first for him. I'll send him to a competing team.
Dude, there's going to be people who might trade him away to you for a second. If it's
TBD. TBD. I own him. He's for sale. Late first. You're going to have him.
See what I mean? Stuff
Put
like
it on wax.
Honorable mention. Luther Burden.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I'm big on him this year. I was
going to say either of them. I think either of them could blow up.
I'm one of those people that
or
the
Dunze
year that we were doing Devi leagues. Oh, sorry. What'd you say?
Him or Dunze.
I'm big on him, but I just think that they play differently, and I think Burden has that big play potential, whereas Rome has big play potential, but also like just kind of plays differently, not as fast.
Yeah, Burden's kind of like a DJ Moore, but younger.
Yes. That's part of the reason why they were willing to just let him go. Because they'd already drafted him to replace him.
Yeah, and he's been a pain in the ass the last couple of years for them too. So.
And rightfully so. He finally has a good year after having so many bad years on the Panthers. He finally gets a quarterback who likes him and hyper targets him, and then they immediately let him go the next year. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. I'm big on Luther Burden because the year that I was drafting Tet, every once in a while, if I was first or second pick, I was taking Luther Burden because at the time he was rated that high, and then he had an off year and he went way down on the draft boards.
Yeah,
but his talent was always there.
He and Ben Johnson said they want him to get him the ball more. So
yes,
without DJ Moore, they're definitely gonna be able to do that.
Yep. But that being said, don't be surprised. A lot of 2 tight end sets with Kmet and Loveland.
Yes, absolutely. So I mean, you got your weapons for Caleb for the next, at least 4 years. So
at least, yeah. But yeah,
I like it.
Go through there. Next episode, maybe we'll talk about the draft a little more in depth, and then we'll have to talk about players that we want to stay away from, like maybe 3 players per position that like people are high on that we're like, not really.
Absolutely. I'm down.
Yep. Well, like, share, subscribe. We are back. I'm back to work, so I'm definitely finally going to get the verified check mark for our X, and we can actually start. I feel like the show will grow once we start posting episodes to X. I think YouTube, we can only get so much because YouTube is designed now that like people either have to hype you or you have to pay for promotion. To, you know what I mean? Like most people that are big on YouTube, I feel like people are listening to them on Apple and being like, "Oh, hey, I want to watch the pod," and then they go to YouTube. I don't feel like they're finding them on YouTube.
Yeah, no. And it is expensive to do this. So
it really is. It really is. So I think X will really help too. But I mean, we'll do simultaneously, obviously.
Well, absolutely, because I've seen streams that don't, they don't have many on their YouTube. They'll have like maybe like 10 in their YouTube, but you go to look at their X and there's like 1,000 people in it. You're like, what? So, I mean, I think it might be a better spot for us for the fantasy community. That's kind of where it is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they just let us. I'm pretty sure we can pick multiple platforms and stream live on all at the same time.
Yeah, because I think I don't know. I think I got access to all three. It said it had access, that this app had access to three of my things. So.
Yep. Absolutely. Well, we had some good signings. Hopefully, throughout the week. And I mean, that draft is coming up. What day is the draft? Let's double check that right now.
Scott Fishbowl.
Oh yeah, Scott Fishbowl.
Video games. Don't forget about it. Check it out. ScottFishbowl.com.
Shout out to Jeremiah Love saying, "Draft me. Don't worry about me. I'm just gonna play anime and video games and be good."
Check out FantasyCares.org.
What is the date of the draft before we go?
I think it's like the 26th or something like that. 23rd, maybe.
Schedule release on the week of my birthday.
Yay!
All right, April 23rd is the first round. Is April 23rd to 25th?
So the 25th. So the 26th will be drafted. Get ready.
So should we try to do? I don't know if we did it last year or the year before. Should we try to plan a thing where we're on for at least some of the draft picks?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be home. I'm ready.
Alrighty. Well, until next time, guys. Keep playing Dynasty, baby.
Playing Dynasty, baby.
Whoever just popped in, start the episode over.
It's over.